Hey, welcome to the Twitch stream. We're live, just like that. As always, let us know in the chat if everything is working or if anything has gone horribly wrong. Let us know how it sounds and how we look. And we're joined by a guest this week, Steve Gadlin.
Hey.
Can I Draw a Cat for You? And Steve Gadlin Star Makers and any other notable...
No. Well, this now.
Now this. Real quick, like as we kind of wait to hear more from people in the chat, like, what is I Want to Draw a Cat for You? That's where you're probably most famous for.
So I started a website as a joke called I Want to Draw a Cat for You, where I would draw a stick figure cat for someone for $10, thinking no one in the right mind would pay me $10 to do this because I can't draw.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally got a Groupon run for it, and I sold a bunch, and then I accidentally went on Shark Tank and accidentally secured Mark Cuban as a business partner, and
You're echoing quite a bit.
Oh, we're pretty echoey?
Well, geez.
Oh, boy.
Now we gotta solve this problem.
Note to self, we should always spend the first 3 or 4 minutes fixing the tech before we have someone really launching into explaining.
I think my voice is just naturally booming, too.
It's
So
true.
it could be.
It's true. Do we think it's maybe coming from your headphones again this time?
Let's try this. Oh. Some people... Only Builder hears the echo. So now we probably mess things up even more.
Oh, great.
Satisfying his specific needs for perfection.
We forgot that Builder is completely insane. And
Well, he might
be
also
hearing
hear
this.
us in the room.
That's true. It's right next door.
That's true.
Alright.
All right, let's give it just a couple more seconds. So, is it working now?
Builder says it's working.
Builder says
fine
it's
now.
working now. All right.
Tell that entire story
tell that
again.
entire story again.
I started a website called I Want to Draw a Cat for You for kicks, thinking no one in the right mind would pay me $10 to draw a cat for them, but they did. And then I accidentally got a Groupon and went on Shark Tank, and then Mark Cuban invested in my company, and I've since drawn a whole bunch of stick figure cat drawings for people.
How many cat drawings have you made?
18,794 cat drawings, and I've stopped taking new orders. I think that's where it stops.
Wait
We'll
a
see.
second. I just
You didn't want to round that off?
Sorry, I need to fix it.
No, I had to stop drawing cats out of total desperation for sanity and peace of mind. So I just stopped the orders and let the number end where it did. But I'm sure someday I'll turn the pipe back on just to get that number round, and then it'll keep ticking like one over where I'm comfortable, and I'll have to do another 1,000 and another 1,000.
What was your rate of cat drawing? How many cats per minute were you drawing?
Well, so when the episode first aired on Shark Tank, I had a backlog of like 1,200 orders, so I'd spend full days drawing. I do about 25 cats an hour when I'm humming, and when things were kind of dying down a little bit, I'd usually do about 20 to 25 a day. But it would take me an hour to do 25 cats. And one Sharpie marker is good for 25 cat drawings. So it was a good number to stop at.
We're kind of hoping to show some of these on the screen, I think, as Evan
there we
figured
go.
it out. So this is what people would like. This would cost how much again?
Okay, so this is $9.95, but then they ordered it in color, so that's an extra $5. And if they wanted it shipped to them, I would fold it and stick it in an envelope for $1, or ship it in a flat photo mailer for another $5. Now, if they wanted it within 48 hours, they'd add another $19.95 to that total. So we had people paying upwards of $50 for a cat drawing. Most people would pay $9.95 to $15 if they wanted it in color.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. When I added this emergency shipping option, it was again one of these situations where I thought no one in their right mind will pay an extra $20 to get it in 48 hours. And then I found most of the orders were adding that extra $20.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
I guess it is really the definition of an impulse buy, right?
Sure, yeah. And you can frame it and put it on the wall. And what I found, the value in these, as silly as they are, there are ways to eternalize inside jokes with people. So
Yeah.
I've drawn so many inside jokes in cat form for people. And, I'm not as bad an artist as I call myself. After this many drawings, I became serviceable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a year of art school at least.
Yes. Yeah,
Through sheer cat drawing.
that's right.
Do you remember any of these specific drawings and what they were about?
Yeah. So this guy, his wife was buying him a drawing, and she listed like 30 sports teams that he was into, and I got lazy and just made him say sports, thinking that would cover it. This was after I stopped taking orders. A girl had emailed me. She says, I'm 17 years old. This boy at school introduced me to your website, and I want to ask him to Sadie Hawkins so bad. Will you please help me? I know you're not taking orders, but please draw this for me. So I had to. I thought,
I like
of
that
course.
she asked out in Evan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. She did.
That guy's a catch.
Yeah. This, probably they wanted a cat with an elephant.
Someone in the chat said, that elephant has seen some expletive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a terrified looking elephant.
I want to draw an elephant for you.com was somebody else's gig. So my horses are terrible, and people want cats on horses and unicorns all the time. And every time I draw one, even after drawing thousands of them, I think this is the lamest horse in the world. I can't figure out what their head's supposed to be like, but that elephant is pretty much photorealistic. So.
So we've been neglecting the chat a little bit, which is fine. We will definitely get to you guys, I promise. And also just letting everyone know, as always, we're definitely going to play some games. We're going to play Drawful with Steve and with you guys, and we're going to do that relatively soon. But let's take some questions from the chat. If you have questions for us about the games, if you have questions for Steve about I want to draw a cat for you, as we wait for some of the questions to come in, are you comfortable talking if you ever got complaints? Ever?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, anytime there's any kind of customer service, you're going to get some.
And I learned that really quickly. You can't please everyone, especially with their custom stick figure cat drawings. So most of the complaints were centered around, hey, I ordered this cat drawing 4 weeks ago. Where's my stick figure cat drawing? It only takes you 3 seconds. But what they don't understand is when I have hundreds of people waiting, it takes a while to get to their order.
Yeah.
And then people would often complain, they'd ask for a cat that looked like Johnny Depp and say, well, that looks like Gomer Pyle. And to me, I put every cat drawing on my website. So I, in every way possible, want people to know what they're getting, which is a circle with 2 triangles on top.
I love it, because looking at the cats, like, they clearly, I mean, respectfully, I like the way they look, and I think you are a good artist. But the face-wise, they all look pretty much the same.
They're the same. I learned a couple tricks over these 18,000. Like, I learned how to draw breasts a little differently on the girl cats. So the first few hundred...
Wait, they have breasts?
The women cats do. They have curves.
Do they have like 8 breasts? No, they're not anatomically correct.
In every way, they're humans, other than triangles, which kind of look like devil
like Hello
horns.
Kitty, who's not technically a cat.
That's right.
Exactly. Let's grab a couple of questions from the chat here.
Sure.
Do you ever draw non-people cats?
Yeah, if they reference a pet cat with the owner, then the owner will be a people cat, and the pet cat will be kind of like a lump. That sort of is cat-ish.
That sounds much more disturbing to me.
Yeah,
somehow cats. Krabby Dad asks, have you ever had any drawing requests that were too foul to fulfill? Or things that you just had to reject for whatever reason?
Yeah, I've had, I mean, how censored is this conversation?
It's not particularly. I mean, as long as it doesn't involve like a slur or something.
No.
Like that, which I wouldn't imagine. I mean, maybe you probably have gotten requests that border on that.
I'll tell you, there were definitely like World War II themed drawings that I had to shy away from, and I just drew a cat that said refund cat on it and sent it to them. But then sometimes I would turn them down if it was too complex because my skills are so limited, and I had just drawn 40 and I wanted to go to bed. And I'd look at this paragraph long description and say, I'm sorry, I can't draw this movie scene. I'm not going to go YouTube this film to see what hand positions all these characters were in, and I'd just give them their money back.
Here's one that's not cat related. During the development of Head Rush, was it ever considered part of the Jack series, or was it a separate thing and retrofitted to be part of the Jack series?
Well, that was actually done while I was not at Jellyvision or.
Oh, really? And Evan, was that pre you?
It was before me too, but Andy might be able to chime in and chat and answer
Andy was
that
one
question.
of the directors on it.
Yeah, as always, we have a number of our folks in the chat, including Krabby Dad, who is Andy, who was the host of Head Rush.
He was the host of Head Rush, and it was also directed by Michelle Sobel, also known as Michelle Gorchow at this point.
Yeah.
Or no, she's Michelle Sobel
It's interesting. We have this furry audience. that
Yeah, a lot of
pops
people
up from
talking about
time to time.
furries in the chat.
And Cyborg K9 says, "I know many furry artists who must hate you for drawing stick figure cats so successfully."
Yeah, when I had done some Reddit AMAs, I'd gotten a lot of legitimate artists who would just rail on me. I mean, artists hate me because they think I'm, diminishing what an artist does, and I keep trying to reiterate I've really accidentally fallen into this role as a cat artist, and I believe it's art. I'm sorry to the furry artists and legitimate artists.
I like that there's a subcategory of furry artist. So what is a furry artist? Is it an artist who draws people in costume? Or is it someone who draws while they are wearing a furry costume?
Also, someone in the chat mentioned that they themselves are a furry, but I didn't get to read the rest of their thing. We really do have, and we love that we have a pretty sizable furry following of our games. And I haven't mentioned this to anyone internally before. I would 100% love to do a furry Twitch stream. Nice. If we have any local furries that would want to come into the office and play games with us, maybe we could do something via Skype as well. Like, I don't know. We need to set up a special email address specifically for furries to get in contact with us. It is in no way intended to like make fun of you. I mean, it might be funny. It is funny in a way, but like funny but
play
it would be difficult.
Pause.
Why would you make
if
fun
they can
of
use
it?
a
I don't
smartphone.
understand.
Okay, yeah. If furry costumes have that
special.
Furry artists like to draw anthropomorphic characters.
Okay. Well, my characters are barely anthropomorphic.
Maybe we should dig up. We got some drawings of Nate Shapiro that a furry enthusiast had sent in years ago, and I think we still have those down in the basement somewhere.
Huh.
Nate Shapiro being the first host of You Don't Know Jack, is also known as Harry Gadlin.
Oh.
We've been asked if we're going to do a furry edition of You Don't Know Jack. We should have done a furry episode at least if You Don't Know Jack. We're getting a lot of furry responses in the chat. Please.
Is Jizz Bucket here?
First of all, I believe it's Jizz Bin, not Jizz Bucket. Yeah, it's a more British version of Jizz Bucket. If you're a furry, tweet me at Mr. Arnie, MisterArnie, and we'll figure out from there if we can get people. There are a lot of furries responding positively in the chat, and the other people saying I've opened Pandora's box and are trepidatious about what will happen. I think it can be nothing but good. It seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Like just a little.
We always have something always goes wrong, but this at least is something going wrong while we can still talk. So.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we won't be able to get the game on the screen without restarting the stream.
Oh, that would be a shame.
But maybe we just bite the bullet and do it.
But could we play the clips that you had before if we wanted to do? No. We may. I don't know if people can hear Evan. We may have to restart the stream because we may not be able to connect.
Oh wait, here comes Builder.
Builder will fix it.
Not only is our GM, he's our IT person.
Alright, so you got it. It's the caption.
I don't know if anyone else noticed when they were watching before, and I only saw it by glancing at the screen down there a while back. Builder was kind of creepily lurking outside the window.
Yeah, you were talking ill of me, so I was...
And I only noticed it. I saw it on the 30-second delay one later, and it was like Paranormal Activity, where I saw him on the screen. I looked back and he wasn't there, and it was terrifying.
It's weird when you see yourself in profile, because I just noticed myself, and then like looking down at my computer, I was like, is that really what I look like from the side?
Yeah, watching him walk in after he was already right here was kind of weird too.
I know. Well, for people who are curious about our setup here, we have a sort of live view of what we're doing right now, and then below that we have the Twitch stream, so we can see the chat and we can sort of see, what's happened 30 seconds ago, like what you guys are seeing. And so it's very distracting to see two versions of ourselves right on top of each other, sort of time dashed apart
I'm
from
gonna
each
ask
other.
the future me what he knows.
I do know one thing. I look fatter in the time shifted version of
Really?
me.
Really?
I think I look fatter.
Does that mean that you've lost weight since then? It's like
No,
30
no,
seconds ago I was
No,
alive.
no. I feel skinny now, but in 7 seconds I'm going to gain about 10 pounds. So.
All right. Well, I think we should just.
Are we feeling like
That's
we're
it.
definitely going to need to restart?
I think so.
That's fine. That's not a big deal.
All right, well,
Everybody stick around. It's only going to be a minute or two, and then we'll be right back.